Um, the second chapter of Luke's Gospel tells one of the most well-known stories in human history. It contains the account of the birth of Jesus Christ, an event that has shaped culture's calendars and the lives of countless individuals for 2,000 years. Because the story is so familiar, we sometimes miss its deeper meaning. We hear the words, but may not fully grasp Luke's context or message. The purpose of this essay is to walk through Luke chapter 2 in a simple, clear way. We will break the events into small, understandable pieces so the story's themes become fresh and memorable again. This is a 15-minute breakdown to help you remember the heart of the narrative. Our guide for this journey is Luke. Tradition holds that Luke was a physician and a careful historian. He was not one of the original 12 apostles, but a companion of Paul who interviewed eyewitnesses and researched thoroughly. He wrote his gospel for Theophilus, likely a Roman official, to provide an orderly account. Luke writes in a world dominated by the Roman Empire, yet his story centers on a humble birth in occupied Judea. God's plan unfolds not in the halls of power in Rome, but in the quiet, ordinary places of Judea. This essay explores the chapter in three main parts. First, the birth of Jesus. We'll look at Mary and Joseph's journey to Bethlehem. We'll note the town's significance and the humble manger birth. Second, the announcement of the birth. God reveals the news not to kings or priests, but to shepherds in the fields. We'll hear the angel's message and the shepherd's joyful response. This shows the good news is for everyone, especially the humble. Finally, the temple scene and Nazareth. We'll meet Simeon and Anna in the temple. We'll see Jesus at 12 in the temple, showing early wisdom. Throughout, watch for central themes: humility of God's arrival, great joy for all people, and fulfillment of ancient promises. By the end, Luke 2's simple yet profound message will stand out. Table of contents. 1. A decree and a difficult journey. 2. The prophetic city of Bethlehem. 3. No room at the inn. 4. The humble birth of a king. The story now shifts from the quiet, intimate scene in the stable to the open fields outside Bethlehem. Under the vast, dark sky, shepherds lived in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. This is more than a change of scenery. It's a deliberate choice by Luke. Shepherds in first-century Jewish society were not highly regarded. They were seen as unreliable and unclean. Their work made keeping purity laws difficult. They lived on the margins of society, lowly and unimportant to the religious elite. Their job was humble, their social standing low. They did their routine night after night. Their work was essential but isolating, away from the town center and social life. They protected the flock from predators and thieves, so they had to be vigilant and hardy. It was a life of solitude and simplicity, close to the earth. The night held the sounds of the flock and the quiet Judean hills. Nothing about this night suggested anything unusual. It was just another shift of watching and waiting. It is precisely to these men, the overlooked, the ordinary, the socially marginalized, that God sends the first announcement of the Messiah. This choice matters. The news does not go to Emperor Augustus in Rome, nor to the high priest in the Grand Temple in Jerusalem, not to learned scholars, not to wealthy landowners. Instead, it goes to humble workers in a field. The good news is for everyone, especially those on the outside. It says God sees and values those society ignores. The shepherd choice is also symbolic. Bethlehem was David's city, and David was a shepherd before he became king. Prophets called leaders, and God, shepherds caring for the flock. By telling shepherds first, God links Jesus to that imagery. This newborn is the true shepherd, come to guide and protect his people. The announcement ties past, present, and future, right from Jesus' very first moments on earth. Into the ordinary darkness of the shepherd's night, something extraordinary suddenly happened. Luke writes, "An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them." Imagine the scene. One moment there is only the quiet of the fields under the starlight, and the next moment, a brilliant divine light floods the area and a celestial being stands before them. It was a terrifying and awe-inspiring sight, far beyond anything the shepherds had ever experienced or could have imagined. Their reaction was completely natural. Luke tells us, they were terrified.
This is why the angel's first words are ones of comfort and reassurance. The angel says, "Do not be afraid."
These words are meant to calm their terror and prepare them to hear the most important message they will ever receive.
I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people.
This universal scope is a key theme in Luke's Gospel. From the very beginning, the message of Jesus is presented as a source of hope and happiness for the entire world.
The angel then reveals the specific content of this good news. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord.
Each of these titles is packed with meaning. Savior means he has come to rescue people from sin and its consequences. Messiah, the Christ, means he is the Anointed One, the long-awaited King promised in the Scriptures. Lord is a title of divinity, indicating his unique relationship with God. The rescuer and rightful King has arrived, born on that very day in the prophetic city of Bethlehem. Having seen the baby Jesus for themselves, the shepherds did not keep this incredible experience to themselves. They went out from that humble stable and began telling everyone they met what they had seen and heard. The angel, the glorious light, the heavenly song, the baby in the manger who was the Messiah and Lord. The reaction of the people who heard their story was one of amazement. While others were amazed, Mary's reaction was different. Luke gives us an intimate glimpse into her heart. But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. Finally, the shepherds returned to their duties, but they were not the same men who had been watching their flocks earlier that night. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen, which were just as they had been told. In conclusion, our journey through the second chapter of Luke's Gospel reveals a story of simple majesty. A decree from a Roman emperor unknowingly served a divine purpose. It brought a young couple to the prophesied town of Bethlehem. There, in a place meant for animals, the King of Kings was born. Next, we witness the joyful announcement of this birth. The message was delivered not to the powerful, but to the marginalized. The shepherds hurried to the manger. We followed the infant Jesus to the temple in Jerusalem. In the temple, two devout and patient souls recognized the baby. The story of Jesus as a 12-year-old boy amazed the teachers. Ultimately, Luke shows God consistently works through the ordinary to achieve the extraordinary. He uses a census, a crowded inn, a feeding trough, humble shepherds, faithful elderly saints. Luke's account provides a clear, orderly, and deeply moving portrait of how God's love entered the world. The enduring takeaway is that hope arrives not always with a shout, but often in a whisper, bringing light to the darkness and peace to all who are willing to receive it.